it's not a facade. I'm here for the smoke and we'll come with it. We make it look cool, like cooler than cool. Man, bring back the beat, I ain't done with it. Yeah, you should tap in with the mob. Why? We be tapping in with God. Yeah, I just do it cause I love him. Never treat it like a job.
That was electric.
Smoke royalty. What is smoking with y'all? We is here. And let's do some NOME 15 predictions. You dig? So let's go ahead and get off into it, man. NOME 15, man. I hear a lot of back and forth about this ain't that and that ain't this, you feel me? I hear a lot of back and forth about, oh, he's on the card and this is not on the card. I hear a lot of back and forth about, oh, this looks like a rookie versus vets, you dig what I'm saying? All in all, I'm hearing a lot of gripes about this card, you feel me? Before I go into it, I want to say this. You know what I mean? How do we expect for the culture to grow, for the culture to have new stars if we don't put new stars in the spotlight? You dig what I'm saying? If they fail, they fail. It is what it is. If they prosper, then they prosper. Then you get an Easy the Block Captain. Then you get a Chess. Then you get a Rum Nitty, you get a Tay-Rock, you get a T-Top, you did what I'm saying? So on and so forth, right? I do feel like we cannot move the culture forward if we don't have newer talent in these bigger spotlights, you dig? But with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get to these predictions, you feel me? First one, we got Chess versus Eunice. Chess versus Eunice, I feel like it's going to be one of those ones, you feel me? I do feel like it is Eunice's for the taking. If he wants to elevate his career, he needs to have an immaculate performance versus Chess, the young legend, the young OG himself. But Chess, I feel like you cannot make this easy on him. With the same intensity that you put on in battles when battling these top tier opponents over the years, you need to have that same intensity for Eunice. Do not give Eunice an easy ride. You feel me? A lot of people is already saying that Eunice is not one of them, that Eunice don't deserve this, that Eunice don't belong, this, that, and the other. Don't make it easy on him. You know what I mean? Let him show the world that he belongs, if he truly belongs. You know what I mean? However, I do think experience takes the cake in this. They're having it at the Gramercy Theater in New York. We already know what's about to happen. You know what I mean? We about to see the camera shaking all crazy and stuff again. You feel me? I'm excited. I ain't gonna lie to you. But with that being said, I got Chess taking this battle. You know what I mean? 2-1. You know what I mean? I do feel like it may be a little bit much for the young brother Eunice, you know what I mean, to get up there and see all of those people and to actually rock the crowd like that. You know what I mean? Then we got Rum Nitty versus Jada Nightwing. Shout out to Rum Nitty. He has been on a legendary tear. You dig what I'm saying? What I mean by legendary tear, he's been battling the legends, you know what I mean, the Mount Rushmores and things of that nature, so to speak. And he's been winning, you know what I mean? Arguably, you feel me? He hasn't arguably lost, is what I should have said. Versus Jada Nightwing. Jada Nightwing, I feel like every battle that Jada Nightwing has taken this last year and a half, 2 years maybe, you know what I mean, has been an outright classic or an outright body. You know what I mean? You take your pick. You know what I mean? You want to see a classic? You want to see a body? Watch Jada Nightwing these past 2 years. You know what I mean? You want to see a classic? You know what I mean? Watch Jada Nightwing these past 2 years. You want to see a body? Watch Jada Nightwing these past 2 years. Serious. And it ain't against rinky-dink opponents, you dig what I'm saying? It's against niggas like Geechee, Tay-Rock, you know what I mean? I mean, not Tay-Rock. Or Tay-Rock? What's the Tay-Rock? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know where I'm getting at, you know what I mean? He's been going crazy, you feel me? And I'm gonna be real with you. Rum Nitty is definitely an alien. He doesn't get enough credit for his pen, you know what I mean? Everybody just calls him a barrer, you feel me? Jada Nightwing is super sneaky with his punches. You know what I mean? He don't give you just the 4-bar setup punch. You dig what I'm saying? He give you some stuff to think about throughout it. You know what I mean? But when you get it, you be like, this nigga talking crazy. and that's where I feel like it's going to be the difference in this battle. You know what I mean? I feel like Rum Nitty, he may come in there, you know what I mean, bull jiving a little bit. You know what I mean? Looking on to bigger and better pastures, you feel me? Especially being second on this card, you know what I mean? I feel like he may come in there bull jiving and Jay might get him up out of there. But then again, this is a crowd in New York, you feel me? And I don't know if Jay the Nightwing style translates to a wide open crowd like this, you know what I mean? A New York crowd like this. So this one might be interesting. I would say on paper I got Jay the Nightwing, but in the building I got Rum Nitty, you dig? 2-1, you feel me? And then we got Miss Hustle versus T-Top. Now, T-Top, we might be a little selfish when we be like, we want T-Top to sell drugs. Stick to selling drugs. Don't do nothing else besides sell drugs, T-Top. That's where you are good at. Maybe we a little wrong for saying that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we do get tired of these angles. You know what I mean? The angles get stale. Stale is I don't know what. You feel me? And we don't want you to get phased out because you keep using stale angles. You feel me? Because Miss Hustle is not finna play with you. It don't matter about an angle. It don't matter about a whatever it is you got on Miss Hustle, a rumor, whatever. You better come in there selling drugs. You better come in there doing it what you do best, and that's rapping and selling drugs. Wow. You better do that, nigga. You better do that because Miss Hustle ain't coming to play. You see what Miss Hustle do. I don't think Miss Hustle has lost a battle in 3 years. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know down in the comments. I could be wrong. There may have been a battle I seen her lose. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But that's it. She may have, I'm gonna say this. I don't think Miss Hustle has lost 3 battles in 3 years. I don't think so. Y'all can prove me wrong down in the comments below. You know what I mean? T-Top, she ain't coming to play with you, man. It's the gorilla, the pretty ape, you know what I mean, versus the bear. You know what I mean? We all seen how 100 men versus 1 gorilla turned out. You dig? It ain't. It is what it is, man. I got Miss Hustle taking this battle 2-1. Miss Hustle has been on a how can you say, on a tear for real. She's been on a steamroll. She's steamrolling down a hill. You feel me? And I don't see anything that's strong enough to stop her right now. I don't. You know what I mean? I know her, Jazz, and Coffee, they've been getting in their little, you know what I mean, spats. You feel me? I think that might be fire too. We may need to bring back the quiet room. Queen's Flip, where you at? We may need to have all 3 of these females just rap against each other, man. That'd be so fire. And then we go to John the Don versus Fonz. Now, this one may not be on your radar. You dig what I'm saying? However, I do think this would be a fire battle. We get to see John the Don back in New York, back on the URL TV stage. You dig what I'm saying? Which we know he can rock a crowd if need be, you feel me? Versus Fonz, you know what I mean? They tell me all I do was punch, you feel me? I feel like this is gonna be one of those, it's still a rookies versus vet, right? Maybe like a vet versus legend, you feel me? John the Don is a legend, and Fonz has been here for a minute, and he's working his way into legend status, right? And I feel like a win, a clear, decisive win over John kind of propels you to that sort of legend type status. You feel me? I do feel like John, there is some things you gotta work on. You know what I mean? And you got a lot of people going around talking about you ain't that no more. You feel me? Is you gonna prove us wrong, or you gonna still go into the same old? You feel me? And with Fonz, show us the reason why you was supposed to be here, much like Eunice. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that doubt you, Fonz. There's a lot of people that say, oh yeah, Fonz, he's a great battle rapper, but is he a legend? You know what I mean? Is he working himself into legendary status? You feel me? And I think that that's what the people want to see from you with this battle. You know what I mean? Tay-Rock! Let me talk to you, young brother. I just seen a battle with you, arguing again, almost fighting again. You know what I mean? It is what it is, Tay-Rock. We ain't gonna take that away from you. You the GOAT. You know what I mean? Almost fight all you want, my nigga. You know what I mean? But you gonna need a different type of fight versus Real Sick. You can't almost fight this nigga. I'm gonna be real with you. Almost fighting Real Sick gonna leave you looking like Danny Myers, you know what I mean, in the third. He just gonna quit and walk off. That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? I feel like this though. Tay-Rock has been showing why he is one of the GOATs this past year and a half, 2 years, maybe 3 years. You know what I mean? Just taking battles super consistently. You feel me? Almost on a week in, week out basis. Almost, you can say it's almost like Danny Myers. You feel me? Isn't that what Tay-Rock was picking on Danny Myers about? It's okay, you know what I mean? Now you in the same boat. It is what it is. It is what it is, you know what I mean? But all of that stuff, you know what I mean? All of the things that you do very well, you know what I mean? And you go out and you give 100%, right? Even to people without names, right? That's to be commended, right? But you're gonna need more than that versus Real Sick. This ain't like the dude you just battled on so-and-so league. You did what I'm saying, where you almost fighting it. Real Sick is gonna take it there. He gonna try to biggity beat you straight up. That's what he gonna try to do. You know what I mean? And for the most part, that's what he be doing. How many battles have you really seen Real Sick lose? I'll wait. Since we seen Real Sick jump onto the scene, how many battles have you really seen Real Sick lose? I'll wait. It is what it is. I'll wait. But it's not many, right? I do feel like that will play a major role in this. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know what I mean, Tay-Rock, it seemed like you got unlimited bars over there. You feel me? Hopefully, night of main events, you still have unlimited bars. You know what I mean? Do not come to night of main events with limited amount of bars, because Real Sick, he gon', you know what I mean? Bang, 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 bang. Now, because Tay-Rock is the GOAT, because New York is like a home game for Tay-Rock, you dig what I'm saying? I'm giving this battle to Tay-Rock wholeheartedly, you feel me? I don't think that there's too much Real Sick, don't take this the wrong way, you know what I mean? But I don't think that there's too much that you can do in New York, you know what I mean? The Gramercy Theater, where people revere Tay-Rock as their own, you feel me? They welcome him with open arms, you feel me? So as much as it is a home game for you, it's more of a home game for Tay-Rock, you feel me? It just is what it is. I got Tay-Rock taking this battle 2-1. You know what I mean? I feel like that camera gonna be going crazy. The camera gonna be going, you know what I mean? It's gonna be fire. And then we got, for the main events of the main events, you did what I'm saying, we got Geechee Gotti versus T-Rex. Now, I will say this, Geechee Gotti, it do seem like you've gotten fat at the top, you know what I mean, and you don't care anymore. That's what it seemed like. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. A lot of people ain't gonna tell you that, but I'm gonna tell you, you know what I mean, because you one of them, you know what I mean? You gotta know what the people feel, you know what I mean? The people feel like you're not giving it your all no more, you know what I mean? The people feel like you just here to collect the check, you feel me? You know what I mean? The people feel like you just here to create one moment in a battle and then debate it, you know what I mean, that you won. That's what the people is feeling right now, you feel me? And I can't say that they're wrong, Geechee. I can't, you know what I mean? We do not see the same drive. We do not see the same hunger as we once seen a Geechee Gotti 5-6 years ago. You know what I mean? And respectfully so. You know what I mean? People grow in their own ways. They grow on to bigger and better things, right? However, that is a major concern of the culture. T-Rex. T-Rex is another one. Yeah, we seen T-Rex getting busy on this league, on that league, whatever league, this league, that league, you feel me? But when is the last time that we've seen T-Rex really, get busy, rock a crowd, get busy? We're gonna keep it a buck. Rex, you gotta work on your breath control, my brother. How long you been working out? Huh? It's been like 2 years now you've been working out, and your breath control is still where it's at. Is you back drinking again, my brother? I'm sorry, that was too far. I'm sorry. I apologize. You know what I mean? I apologize. You feel me? But nah, T-Rex, I feel like people would want to see you do very well, you know what I mean? But there's sometimes when you get up there and you know what I mean? We anticipate a great Rex and you give us a subpar Rex, you know what I mean? And that angers us inside, you know what I mean? Because you are the Mount Rushmore of the Mount Rushmore. You did what I'm saying? When you ask Voted Lux, who is the best of these ones? They say Rex. When you ask Mook, he say Rex. You know what I mean? So on and so forth. Niggas say Rex is the best, you know what I mean, to ever do this. And you give us subpar. You feel me? That right there hurts us to the core, you know what I mean? So I feel like this, for this battle, you know what I mean, especially for it to be a main event, both of you brothers gotta show out and go crazy. That's just what it is. We is not accepting anything less of a classic from you two. That's just what it is. I'm gonna keep it a buck, you know what I mean? You got Nutty Black Crip versus Rolling 60s Crip. Something magical should happen around here. You dig? You know what I mean? Either way, I got Geechee Gotti 2-1. Shout out to the URL 9 of main events 15, you did. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this down in the comments below and all of that. You did. Salute for those that deserve it. And as always, man, I love y'all. King.